Alright. We'll do it live. Doing it live. Paint. 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 Painting Google, painting Google. Am I in the way when I'm doing this? I don't think so. No. Paint. Paint. You well, brother? Are you well? From the whoops. Whoop, 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 whoop. I am indeed word. Good. Das ist gut, ja. Verreichte Wehrmacht. That fucking Nazi uniform thing. Was it you to put the photos of them in? I can't remember. It's a fucking AliExpress or some shit. That shit's hilarious, but you can literally find anything on AliExpress. Just a lot of Nazi uniforms. Some of them look pure shit and cheap, and then some of them are like, did a Nazi wear that? Like, is that like a legit uniform? I can't remember what. Oh yeah, yellow. Yeah. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Painting Google, painting Google, painting Google. Leftover inventory from from World War II, yeah. A lot of Allied soldiers break up in a chest and they're like, what do you got here, boys? Who wants the lieutenant's badge? I want the general's hat. Painting good. I don't know if I should put the yellow on yet. I have a feeling I should leave the yellow and the orange for a bit. But maybe, I don't know. I should put white on actually before I put the yellow on. Especially because the shade of yellow I'm using. And more white it is.
We sit in the sun, in veils, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly. The
Prison of our own minds.
We sit in the sun, in veils, we sleep.
We dream.
and we dream.
A soft yellow is
Each of us dying slowly.
preferable. We ain't got that dang icons. A soft yellow. Yeah. Where was I gonna slap this? Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, I've one missing here that I didn't do.
Is it a new world or will it consume us all?
It's supposed to come out here. Go along like that one. I can afford, like, I could totally give them another layer of white. All those sections, especially the top ones. I really want that luminescent shit to pop when I put it on.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
I was channeling my inner Zionist shit.
Is it a new world or will it consume us all?
It's always said, it's like, you well know that most of the people that are like, oh, shill, like, if they were in that person's position, they'd like shill hard as fuck and just lie to their audience or something, like, no? Or make some cockamamie excuse for it, like.
We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds.
And I've been fucking, like, I'll hear something come on the, like, you know, like an ad or shit, some shit with a tune. I've been, like, playing video games, I've been watching like, anything. Like, I'll just hear something and, like, I was only saying it, like, Demon Hunter Bear was saying it. It's like, everything I fucking hear now, I'm just like, PEINTEINGU. Paint, goo. Paint. No, it's ridiculous. Okay. I want to get the background more, like, a bit cleaner now. Use pretty much all of this fucking aqua blue. Is it aqua blue or aqua green? I can't remember. I used pretty much all of it doing what I did yesterday. I have to make more of this. Give me a sec. I say make more. I mean, like, squeeze some out and add some water. Phrasing. Okay. Aqua green, yeah. I also have aqua brew. Couldn't fucking tell you the difference, to be honest with you, right off the bat. Paint. Painting goo goo. Goo goo. Oh shit. Painting goo goo. Oh, glorious, glorious goo, buttery goo. It's beautiful. Smells amazing, looks amazing, feels amazing. Okie dokie. So put that in here. But how's the taste? Nice try. Can't help but think it tastes like pastry icing. I am the eternal fat kid. Man, there's some colours I'll make them. I'd be storing them on all, and I'm like a bit tempted. Like, I am also a child. No making the brown and mixed double sada. I have brown there. I don't need to make it. The browner has been pre-made. Ugh. If it's any consolation, I made brown this morning. Oh god.
Oh God, he's coming back. Get out of here.
Ah, Dick Photo. Welcome to a different kind of painting. I'm debating on what, like, pattern or style to put in here. Part of me thinks I should do that. Leave a white bit in the middle and white on the outside. I think that would look good. Do the same on top left. Trying to freehand carve a perfect hexagon is not easy. Is that what people see when they look in the mirror? Every Monday morning I wake up and this is what I see in the mirror. Takes me a whole 5 days to look human again. Yeah, that could look pretty fucking... Okay, one thing. It may not turn out the way I originally like planned it to turn out, but it's definitely going to be... It's definitely going to look impactful. One way or another. Like originally I was going to do it all like black and yellow, like a proper like bee or a wasp or something like. Which I still might, because I have the trace. I've only done that a few times where like I make a design and then I get two completely different images out of it. Well, obviously not completely different because they're symmetrical, but like completely different color profiles. Okay, we'll do the same up here. Except with violet. Let me know if you guys enjoy this format. I know it's way different, like it's a lot calmer. I'm not talking as much, you know. I'm not like obviously dressed like I'm not LARPing like a fucking samurai demigod and saying mad shit. So I can imagine it's like part of me thinks 2 Acre is like, oh no, what's happening? I've got so much work to do. I need to catch up. This is a very practical way of doing it. 3 Thought Barrow, welcome to Not Paintingu. Okie dokie. So handy having a lot of pre-mixed paint just sitting in pre-made pots. Incredibly handy. And look at this violet. It's like, I know you can see it on the canvas, like, you know, but when it's still liquid, it just has that, like, it's just buttery, smooth, purple syrup. I'm enjoying. I dig the vibe. Excellent. Excellent. That's all I need to hear. Hurrah! Pretty goo goo. Pretty goo goo. Oh, bless me. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Good paint. Legendary Japanites in the chat. All is well. That's exactly what I want to hear. Part of me was a little worried that like 1 or 2 years would be like, what's this shit? I come here to see this lunatic make me laugh. Which, don't get me wrong, I love doing. But I've so much work to do. Very behind. Been prioritising other things over the last few weeks. So I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. Two birds, one stone, all that jazz. I was uploading like all the old episodes to Rumble again this morning. Like I do it like almost every day. I put one up on the Rumble. and it's on like episode 85. It's supposed to be 84, but 84 got completely blocked worldwide on YouTube because of the tunes I played. I think that shit is so hilarious. Like, you see like other YouTubers being like, I have to say this and I have to say this or else I get demonetized and all. It's like, ugh, whatever, like, demonetized, like, YouTube won't pay me, like, fuck off. I just... Painting goo goo goo. Oh shit, wrong stream. It's all painting goo to me. Painting goo 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 goo. Do 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 do. The autistic part of me is looking at, like, you know, how not perfect the hexagons are, but I'm like, I'm always trying to, like, you know, just like improve my brush, my stroke control, phrasing, even on projects that, like, you know, I'm trying to make money off of. Like, it's like, I kind of like showing my mistakes and my, like, I want the work to speak for itself, you know. So, like, it's like I'm trying to be honest most of the time. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the time I'll go back and I'll, like, paint over shit to, like, either hide mistakes or correct things. But, like, and there's also a part of me that, like, you know, I don't like using rulers, I don't like using compasses, like, you know, like mechanical tools to, like, get things, like, perfect. Because, like, I think that's for, like, you do that if you're building a home, you know. I see painting as, like, similar to, like, swordsmanship, you know. There's a reason why samurai did calligraphy. I think, like, the mind-body connection and just being good enough and calm enough and focused enough to put the paint exactly where you want to paint it, or to put the paint exactly where you want to put it. Painting goo 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 goo. Hey Corber, you alright? We have a change of pace last 2 days. Hope it's not too jarring. What's this? Where's the top knot? Where's the headband? Where's the kimono? Where's the funny characters? What's going on? Do, 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 do. I think part of my brain is addicted to just trying to get straight lines. Like, at every part I'm trying to, like, you know, and there's loads of lines that aren't straight. But every so often, every couple of lines, well, not every so often, most of the time, I mean, like, some of the, like, my favourite thing to do is just finish with a flick and have it, like, sharp, like a fucking dagger. So I love doing these bits, like, you know, little, like, one of these days I'll get my hands on a 3D printer and make some just, like, awesome looking masks. Like, this is like a savage looking helmet, you know. You any of you guys remember what was that fucking thing? The Masked Rider, mad bug-eyed fucking armored dude with a motorbike. It was a kids show, like around the same time as like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and all that shit. I watched the shit out of the Masked Rider, and because because one of his main things was like that he had a motorbike and different like sets of armor and stuff like that. My dad like bought me loads of the toys. He was basically like a lone Power Ranger. The Masked Rider was like, he was like, we have Power Rangers at home. Like, you know that meme where it's like, Mom, I want Power Rangers. It's like, we have Power Rangers at home. That's the Masked Rider. Ah, shit. Fuck that one up. Sometimes it's hard to see the line that's not there, you know? Most of the time I can see it. Turn on the machine. Dude. So, like, that sounded like Trump. Turn on the machine. We have the best machines. The best, I'm telling you, the greatest. Our machines are the best. They're all from China. All our machines are from China. They're the best. I'm telling you. Yeah, I like how this is going. This is gonna look fucking badass. It's gonna take me a while, but it's gonna look badass. I think I'm just gonna keep doing these streams till this is done, and we'll see how everybody, you know, acclimatizes to that. Cause like, I do want to eventually, like, when I get the cash together, I want to stream games as well for people like Stavro. So I want to do both. So I'll probably be streaming a lot, you know, in the next couple of years. Or like I'll stream for a few hours doing painting or something, like, you know, and then I'll hop off, maybe come back on, might start the days with PEINTEINGU, and then do a chill painting session in the evening, and then game for a few hours or something. I want to do it all, bro. That was a good one. You have to see the hexagon before you do it. Like, do you know what I mean? Okay, now I gotta go back in and put white on these ones. I think that was a good idea. We're gonna, like, the background's gonna be fucking creepy looking. Ah, the man himself, Shueker and Dimaru. I got into making why didn't they laugh clips yesterday and only got 4 hours sleep. Yeah, I know how that shit feels. I'm getting fuck all sleep lately. I thought you were going to say nicotine. Nobody machines like China. Man, I've heard North Korea are like wild at industry, which makes a lot of sense. Like, do you know what I mean? If you just have a load of people who are just like, "He is your god, or you will be put in jail," you know, like, fucking submit to this. Fucking like, is it Kim Jong Un? Il was the one before him, wasn't it? I can't remember. But, like, the guy in charge of North Korea at the moment, like, literally looks like a big, fat, baby Asian child. You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, he does not shit. He's so glorious, he's so divine, he doesn't even shit. What do they call him? The Supreme Leader or something? North Korea's wild, man. I'd love to go there, like. I'd love to go there and see what the crack is. Like, I'd love to hang out with him for a day. I would totally, like, do a whole Dennis Rodman fucking, like, the interview style thing where you just go hang, like Putin just did. Just go hang out with Kim Jong-un for a day. Like, that'd be deadly. Chap showing you all his fucking, like, fake supermarkets and all the fake shit and all, like, and going on like it's real and all, like, you know. And then, like, brings you to a basketball court, lets you fucking ride a tank around, like, you know, be fucking deadly. Like, how could you be in the, how could you hang around with, like, you know, a dictator and all? Like, it's like, it'd be like, oh, dude, how funny would it be if, like, somebody started, like, a TV show called, like, you know, Visiting Kings or something, like, you know, or a king for a day or some shit, where, like, you just go around to all of these mad areas and, like, hang around with a dude who's in charge of this, like, like, from the outside looks like an insane community, like, fucking hilarious. Oh, so how do you deal with the criminals here? Oh, well, we flay them and then we decapitate them and then we throw them off the side of a bridge, you know. It's very effective. That's fascinating. Please tell me more. Samurai have inquired about your absence, or our absence. We're all absent from PEINTEINGU. That's hilarious. A samurai have inquired about our absence. I told them we were on vacation in China. They're spiraling. Let them spiral. I love that every time Defenderoo goes missing for like more than 24 hours, the samurais in the local village like just start freaking out. Where's Defenderoo? I need my PEINTEINGU. Like dudes committing seppuku and all in the street, like people fucking like ringing fucking bells, being like fucking bitches are just crying in the street and all, like, he has left us. Like, but we need a PEINTEINGU cartoon series. It'd be so funny. Like, just do animated shorts of like when Defenderoo doesn't do PEINTEINGU and it's just a Japanese village having a fucking meltdown. Like people cutting themselves open, like dudes just ripping their clothes off, like running around naked, jumping in the sea and shit. Like, it's so fucking funny. I'm fucking. I can imagine Owen likes them. I can imagine he does. And it's fucking, it's hilarious how, like, anything with him just gets, like, if it's him doing it, it just gets, like, taken down. Can't imagine what that, like, well, obviously I can. I can imagine what, like, how stressful that is and what it feels like. But, you know, you never know, really, until you experience it. Like, I've experienced minor shit, and even the minor shit I've experienced, like, I've been like, what the fuck? You know? You're just like, who are these people? Like, really? You're gonna behave like that? You're gonna say this shit? It's weird, like, you know? I'm learning a lot the last, like, 2 weeks. I'm learning how to just, like, appreciate life. You know, like, watching all this, like, pops and fucking... It's not that I haven't watched that shit before, but it's, like, more profound to me now. Where I see these people in, like, dark situations. Where, like, you know, they're fucking strung out on drugs, they've got kids, and they're getting, like, pulled out of their house by the police and all, and the kids get taken off them and shit and all, like, and you're just like, thank fuck I've never had any of that in my life. Like, I've had the police in my house, you know? I didn't come from, like, a fucking peaches and fucking roses and daisies, like, early life. Definitely not. But fuck me, man. There's always a bigger fish. You think you've got it bad? Watch YouTube videos. Like, you think you've got it bad? Watch Cops. I look at those people and I just feel so bad for them. And then I don't at the same time, you know? Like, some of them you feel bad for, genuinely, and then some of them you don't at all. So, like, I was watching this one bitch last night where I was like, just taser her. Like, I was just lying in bed watching this thing, and it's get your hands off me! Get your hands off me! You know, like, just giving the police dog's abuse, like, being a proper cunt. And, like, they have her on camera, you know, she's dead to rights, like, get your hands off me! Don't you touch me! Sexual assault! Police brutality! And, like, it's all on camera, like, do you know what I mean? Stupid cunt, like. And, like, fair play to the cops, like, you know, having the discipline and the, like, the self-control and shit to not just tase people like that. Like, I would just whip out the taser and just, like, dig, 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 dig. Like, it's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. It's like, you're right, like, a lot of the time you're gonna end up, like, hurting them more. You know what I mean? Like, if they're resistant, and you're, like, trying to grab their wrists and, like, put them in handcuffs and stuff, and they're like, you're hurting me. It's like, no shit, I'm hurting you. Like, you're resisting arrest. Like, the one thing they always say is, like, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. She says while she's, like, going on, like, a 4-year-old toddler. Like, it's crazy. The grown women dropping to the floor and being like, no, you're not putting me in jail. It's like, bitch. There are 4 police officers who are over 6 foot, like, standing within 4 feet of you. You believe me, like, you're going to jail whether you like it or not, like. Fucking gobshites, like. Oh, God. There was this other fucking Egypt, like a male, right? He was, like, beating on his girlfriend or some shit. He comes walking out with the dog. Comes walking out the apartment building with the dog. And as he's walking out the apartment building with the dog, the police officer shows up and is like, whoa. And he's like, what? I didn't do that. I'm just leaving the house. I'm just leaving the house with the dog. I'm bringing the dog for a walk. I didn't do shit. And the police officer's like, no, like, hold on. I need to talk to you. I'm here for you. Like, you know, like, somebody rang in about someone of your description and shit. And your man just lets go of the dog lead and just takes off running. The cop catches him, right? And then for the next half hour, all the dude screams, like, all the way to the police station. All the dude screams. Every fucking, like, 10, 15 seconds is, where's my dog? Where's my dog? Where's my dog? And, like, multiple times the officer turns around and it's like, dude, you let go of your dog. You willingly let go of your dog and ran from me. Your dog is not my problem. Fuck your dog, nigga. Oh, man. People are just so stupid. Hey, Will. You well? Crushing, no fishing this week. How many fish did you catch total? It looked like you were fucking absolute, like, genociding the local pond or some shit. Like, man, I haven't had like a decent cod in a while. Just talking about fish. There's nothing like battered cod. So good. I definitely lit him up the past couple of weeks. Got 2 giant bluegills on Sunday too. Nice. And when you say giant, like what's giant? Like how? Like over a foot long and like heavy? Like a few kilos? What are we talking? Hello everyone, hope everything is good. How are you? You well? Oh god. Right, time to change the tunes. Okay, we have females in the chat, so we're not going to go horrible heavy metal. What we go for? I could put this one on. I haven't put this one on in a while. Man, it has been raining non-stop. Well, not literally, but like on and off again the last few days. It's just like rain, and then it stops, and then it's gorgeous, and it's just like rain. It's crazy. The weather in Ireland, like we're on an island, you know. It's like what, half the size of England. Like we're bigger than Jamaica, aren't we? Isn't Jamaica like this one? I can't remember. But like Ireland is like fucking small compared to most other like known places, and it's an island. And like the amount of like varied weather we face is crazy. It's like I don't understand how like all those different weather patterns go over such a small surface area. It doesn't make any sense to me, like, because like if you're a small island and like the realm is so large and the weather patterns are quite vast, wouldn't it make sense that like it would either just be hot or just be raining or just be grey and windy or whatever? Because like of the surface area of the weather patterns, you know, the area of effect, to use a gaming term, you know, it's like the AOE of the weather. It's like it's weird, especially in a place like this, like where I am in Tipperary. Like Tipperary is quite a large county. When you look at when you look at Ireland and you see Tipperary, it's huge compared to like other counties. And like we got the Galtine mountains, hills. They're basically hills. But it's like it's just weird how like, you know, 1 minute it's just like rain, and then instead of the rain stopping and still be kind of grey or something, like, you know, like, oh, the weather's kind of shit, it rains like heavily. The place gets washed out of it. There's rivers going down the road, and then it's gone, and the birds are out, and it's beautiful, and the sun dries off everything in like minutes. And you're just like, what the fuck? I swear to God, I think how varied the weather is in Ireland is one of the things that leads to like the cultural, like the what would it what would be the term, the psychological profile of Irish people. You know, where they say that like, oh, you can never get Irish people down and you can't like psychoanalyze them and stuff like that. It's because we have to flip every fucking it's raining, it's sun, it's raining, it's sun, oh, it's cold, it's hot, it's too warm, it's too cold, it's fucking it's wet, it's dry, it's fucking like it's just mad, like. And then the winter comes and it's just like cold for months. It's crazy, like. And sometimes we don't even get snow, you know, like just be freezing and like wet with no snow. Like it's kind of like I kind of get like it's nowhere like we wouldn't get a harsh winter or a scorching summer like Owen would in like that farmland of Idaho or whatever. But like we definitely do get like a kind of like a similar smaller version of like the winters here can be really depressing and rough. Like they can, like, you know, like even if you have a roaring fire going and the heat and all that, like it's just the sun is gone for a while. You get sick of it being cold and wet. Like it's a pain in the hole trying to like stay warm, which is crazy. You know, it's like 2024 and I live in a first world country, allegedly. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I don't have a harsh life. It's like, And he's still struggling to stay warm. Like, it's crazy. Like, oh, we live in such just like hilariously contradictory, like inverted, fucked up. Doesn't please make it make sense, please times. Even though I do like, I get it now. All these years of like delving into rabbit holes of truth and like the logistics of things realistically and all this stuff. It's like it actually makes sense to me why things are the way they are. For the most part, and it's weird when you get to that stage because it's kind of like, okay, yeah, it is all on me. You know, whatever happens in my life is like my responsibility and my own doing and all these things, like how I react to things, how much effort I put into things and all this stuff. Incredibly empowering, but also incredibly depressing sometimes because it's like, so the only way out is more work. Fuck. like, like when you're somebody like me who like, remember Owen describing my generation, was it the way he described millennials or some shit? It's like they're just tired. And like, I think I mentioned this before on stream. It's like, I definitely still have a bit of that. I think I'm coming out of it. The more I work out and the more like, I'm just like working on my mindset and trying to fucking really put hard work into my art and stuff like that. Like, I'm beginning to come to like a place of like being confident and like okay with being that responsible. You know, I don't want to be dependent on anyone or anything to as much as I can be. I don't think I'll ever get to the stage of like anything close to Owen. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I'd love to. It's incredible how much your brain changes like when you do something like this where like you know stop taking government money or like quit your job or whatever, which essentially I kind of did both in the space of a few years. And just keep trying at this and trying at this and trying at this and see success, but then constantly realize that like it's just never going to end. You're always going to be working. You're always going to be like faced with new challenges and stuff like that. And it's becoming comfortable with the idea of like, what's that guy, Pat Life? He used to say like, find comfort in the discomfort. Get used to being uncomfortable. And I have an issue with that physically, like literally physically, like because of my back and how like just the nerve endings in my back. I've got like sciatica and cross nerves and like trapped nerves and shit. Like so, every day I'm faced with like chronic fatigue and like discomfort. I wouldn't call it pain. I'm not. I'm not always in pain, but like half my body is like numb, like most of the time. And like it's been like that for so long that I like forgot. You know, that's a big thing that like I've been doing a lot lately. Is like realizing how much healing I have to do. Not just like spiritually and mentally and like on an ego level, but physically. You'd be surprised how run down your body feels after 8.5 years of just playing video games and smoking weed. Like you wouldn't think that it'd fuck you up that bad, but like it fucks you up. Muscle atrophy, poor posture, not being like your fluids in your body being like fucking immobile and sedentary. Like I basically built up a lot of sediment in my lymphatic system or whatever, but probably in my arteries and my bloodstream as well. Just all this like toxic shit from like junk food and years of just sitting in front of a screen for like the whole day, maybe like 24 hours sometimes. Wake up at like 10, fucking make a coffee, roll a joint, start gaming, and like be still gaming 9 o'clock the following morning. Crazy, crazy shit, sitting there in the lotus position on a sofa to the point where when I go to move, my legs are like, cramping and shit. Like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, don't get me wrong. I know most people are idiots, but like, and I feel blessed that I have the self awareness to be like, God, I can be a gobshite sometimes. I'd rather that than like be ignorant to my own stupidity. But I'm just fucking tired lately. You know, that's why I've fallen behind in my work. I'm just fucking tired, exhausted. But like, you just keep going. Like, you know, you just get up and you're like, okay, let's keep doing this shit. And like, I get days where I have loads of energy. So the goal currently is to have more days like that. Where I wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, let's fucking go. For anyone who's in the Telegram chat, I want that energy of the dude doing the speed bag to fucking, what was it? Through Fire and Flames by Dragon Force. It's fucking deadly. So like that's what I want to do with my art. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to be like so fucking focused that like I do something that like, you know, I just do something that ends up like people like me look at like when I watch that video of your man doing the speed bike to Dragon Force, I'm like, how long did it take you to fucking get that down? Like, how many tries did that take him to get that right? Like, do you know what I mean? And I've done stuff like that in life, you know, with my art and with games and like fucking like martial arts, you know. You can't do something and you're like, I want to do this. And you try and you try and you try and you get there and you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know. It's important to have that in your life. It's important to have that sense of like, I did that, you know. Which, funny enough, is actually why I think that the whole fucking Jesus Savior thing is a bit of a trap. I can only imagine how many people be like, fucking hear me saying that, like, blasphemer. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a Christian, but like, I swear to God, I do think the whole Jesus is like our savior thing, and like, oh, he sacrificed for. Like, I think it's part of a false binary. You know, Satan, Jesus, and like they're saying that like Jesus is God and all this stuff. It's like, I don't know. I think that's just like I I understand submitting to a higher power. You know, but I don't like, and I get the whole faith thing. But sometimes I'm like, I suppose that is a bit arrogant and prideful of me to be like, prove it, you know? But part of me is like, logically, it's like, well, we have proof. I can see proof of evil and good like everywhere. So, like, what proof do I need? That's kind of where I get to that conclusion where I'm kind of like, if God is real, does he not want me to get to a stage where I feel like I don't need him? I mean, that's why I'd give somebody free will, you know? If you created a being and you gave it free will and you gave dominion over a thing you made or whatever, you'd be like, the reason I've made you like this is so you don't need me. You know? I have a feeling that's the goal. Does that not make sense? Does that make sense to you guys that like the goal is to like get to a point where you're like, I don't need saving. I can save myself. I don't need some like supernatural being to be like looking out for me. You know? And I'm not saying that in like I can take care of myself. I know there's like loads of fucking. I know I've like just like everybody. I've like loads of faults and fucking. I'm stupid in certain regards and like a bit of a genius in other ones. Like, do you know what I mean? I think everybody has something like that. I think everybody's a genius in something and like an absolute retard at something else. Like, I think everybody has polarization to them. We're all unique little snowflakes in our own little way. Like, you know, and it's like I think the game is to be like get over your fear of like, oh, what if I burn in hell and bad people? Like, you know, like get over the fear response. But then you go from that to being like, Jesus will save me, God will save me. It's like, why not save yourself? I mean, if you were given dominion over yourself and given dominion over certainty, you were given power. So if you were given power, why turn around and be like, you know, I submit to your power. You know, if you were God in that scenario, it'd be like, you know, facepalm kind of thing. Like, you give something power, you give something its own autonomy. You know, you give something power over itself. It's self-imposed dominion. You know, free will. You can do what you want. You know, and then it turns around and it's like, oh God, tell me what to do. You know, and it's like, The reason I gave you free will is so you could decide what to do. Not so that you fucking pray to me 5 times a day and ask me what to do with your free will. You fucking idiot. Like, I don't know. Food for thought. What time? I'm gonna catch up with the chat. Slap tunes on, and but I want to go make more coffee. What are we doing? Um, you ever watch the Donut Operator? Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, not as frequently as I used to, but yeah, I love Donut Operator. He's cool. Um, he's got great videos, and like I've seen him collaborate with other guys that I watch, like Demolition Experts. Is that what they're called? I can't remember. Or American Demolition. I don't know. They just like do lots of cool stuff with guns. They're really funny dudes. They seem like the kind of guys that I'd love to hang out with for a day. You know, shoot video, shoot guns, get some beers later, and they'd probably have some mad stories. Like wasn't Donut Operator a cop for 5 or 6 years or something? Uh, Probably kept 25 or 30 in the last 3 weeks. Jesus, that's so much fish, man. Probably a dozen crappie. That's awesome. Like, if you just if you like prepared and frozen all them already, yeah. Bluegill are considered big, around 10 inches. 10 inches isn't that big. Base up here on most lakes are big, above 18 inches. Yeah, 18 inches is. I was about to sound real gay there. 18 inches. That's what I'm talking about. 10 inches is nothing, little baby dick motherfucker. 18 inches. That's more like it. My biggest bass this year was 19 inches. So at 19 inches, it was still only 4.5 pounds. It's really light, isn't it? I suppose like their bones aren't as dense as ours would be. Like there's fuck all to a fish, really. You know, you just got guts, meat, and it's just like I've never had lobster or crab. I'll have to try that shit. Um, the chicken of the sea. um, a trophy pike up here would be 40 plus muskie. Over 50 inches is considered a trophy. 50 inches, yeah, that's pretty. That's a big fish. That's starting to get into like big fish territory. You ever watch that fucking River Monsters, dude? I remember seeing a thing about him. It's like, why did River Monsters stop doing River Monsters? The show, it was such a good show, and it's like because he found all the monsters. It's like, why did this show? Why did the show stop? It was such a good show. Like, there's nothing else to do. He did all of it. Like, that's how you know you're crushing at life when you do something like that and you do it to the degree where it's like, that's it, we're done. Okay, like that's crazy. My perch last winter was 14 inch and 1 pound 11 ounces. What's that? Your perch? What, your biggest catch or some shit? Might be nice. I'm sweating my sack off here. 33 degrees today. Oh, Illuminated confirmed. Got to run to the dairy cooler every hour. Oh god, it's not that warm here today. How warm is it? Yeah, it's 14 degrees here Celsius. It's 14 degrees Celsius here. It's like it's raining though. You know, um, it's been raining and stuff like that. Like so, it's real sticky and humid and like I'm kind of sweating, not a lot, but like you know what I mean. Like it's like humid, like it's like stuffy. um, I tore down 2 old sled motors yesterday. Got to send crankshafts in for repair. Winter's coming. I'd love to get on one of those fucking snowcat things or the snowmobile yokes. They're deadly looking. One of the best things for overall health is to go to bed the same time every night and wake up the same time. 365. Yeah, the whole circadian rhythm thing. Yeah, I totally agree. And like, I fucking get so annoyed at myself when I don't do that. Because when I do it, I feel great. You know, like I've had days where I'm up at like 6:30 a.m., up, out the door, going for a walk, round the corner to the hills, where I can go up and like, fucking, you can like see the horizon and just like, it's beautiful. You can like see the whole town. And I've gone up there at like 7 in the morning when there's like no one around and just done qigong on top of the hill. It felt great. Um, that happens like once a month. Once a month, I'll get a day where I'm like, yeah, life, and then the rest of it, I'm just like. But that's what like part of me is like, I think a lot of my problems will go away from like if I'm just more disciplined and like stop smoking and uh, I still drink occasionally, but like not really. Like every second or third weekend, I might have a few rum and cokes on the weekend. I don't drink beer. I don't drink regularly at all. Um, but I do smoke a lot, and I'm up late like all the time. All the time I'm up late, and I drink a shit ton of coffee. Don't drink enough water. Don't eat enough. I know that for a fact now that I just do not eat enough. I should be eating like breakfast, lunch, dinner, at least for the next few years till I hit like a good weight. Because I'm just so lean right now. Like I'm a bad lean. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, ooh, he's so shredded and sexy looking. I'm like, I'm jacked, but like it looks like I'm cutting for a fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can just see it in my face. Where I'm like, I need water. I'd agree. Makes sense with my Jesus theory. I can imagine a lot of people would just be like, "Yeah," which for me makes it make even more sense. It's like, what are you so pissed off about? If you're right, nobody's coming to save me. Save you from what? Yourself. You know? What do you need to be saved from? The Jews? Like, come on, like, the tyranny, like, what do you need to be saved from? That's the question I'd be asking. Like, what do you think's coming? Like, I used to think, like, I used to be skeptical, like 2012, like, the Mayan calendar, the world's gonna end. I'd be like, well, part of me wouldn't be surprised if, like, there was, like, a massive flood or an earthquake or a volcano exploded or if somebody, um, or like, I wouldn't be surprised if some fucking lunatic out there, like, uh, caused a, um, what you call it, like caused a, like, a cataclysmic event by, like, setting off a bomb in the ocean or something at a specific point, like, or like I'm sure you could do that. Like, like don't get me wrong, I agree with Owen. Like, I don't think man could destroy the realm, but we could give it a good go. Like, with the shit that we can do and the shit that we know, like you make a fair swing at it. Like, you definitely, like, you could totally alter the landscape for decades. Definitely decades, not hundreds of thousands of years, not forever, but definitely decades. You could like like fucking. You remember the thing in like Judgment Day, like Terminator 2, where it's just like fucking boom, everything's ash and glass. Um, you could do that to most places, but it'd grow back in like a few years. There's no like you'd have to like go deep, which is one of those things. Is like of all the conspiracy theories and all this stuff, like I just don't hear enough people talking. I suppose I don't go looking for it either. Probably would find it if I went looking for it. But like, am I the only one that thinks that the whole like sinkhole things and like like tunnel systems and like underground cities and like inner Earth and shit? Like, I think there's loads of stuff under the ocean. There's loads of stuff in Antarctica, and there's loads of stuff underground that like nobody's talking about. That is like fascinating. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's whole civilizations living underground. If there's whole civilizations living in Antarctica, either underground or just like in a bit, in a pocket. Like, they're talking about fucking terraforming other planets or the moon and shit. You telling me that somebody hasn't tried to terraform, like, one of the poles? Like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? Oh, we're going to change the atmosphere versus, oh, let's just make it warmer. Like, I, I'm telling you now that there's like a fucking dome in Antarctica somewhere where they're like living it up, like flying cars, fucking Magna rails, like all this shit. Like, I really would not be surprised to find out if we're like just in this pen that has been like kept a certain way. Do you know what I mean? For like nefarious purposes. And there's other pens or like freemen or whatever, free living men and women that are like just living a completely different life, you know, and would look at our lifestyle and be like, "Oh my god, like those poor fuckers." Like, uh, Demolition Ranch. Thank you. Yeah, them niggas. Demolition Ranch. Freeze very few, eat them fresh. I ate an ass load of fish. Yeah, man, I'd be like that. You want to eat it fresh, yeah. So I heard Tom Barnett say that fucking freezing stuff is just as bad as cooking it, which is unfortunate, but it makes a lot of sense. Like the idea that you could cryogenically freeze an organism, like forget a human, like you fucking try to do it to like a puppy or something. The idea that you could like cryogenically freeze an organism and then decades or 100 years later uh, thaw it out rapidly or like slowly or whatever, and it'd like still be alive. Doesn't make any sense. Like most chemical reactions stop at 0 degrees Celsius or sub-zero temperatures. There's no electricity run through your body. Like maybe if you had the tech to do it chemically so that the whole body was still totally intact, there was no like damage from the freezing to the cells and stuff, and then you could like defib them, maybe. But like I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Some form of like stasis field would probably be the way to go. Where like you could just like put them in suspended animation forever if you wanted to, or some shit, like. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's possible with something like nuclear energy or some shit. Like if you had like some kind of nuclear powered, um, it would probably be magnetic, wouldn't it? I think it would be magnetic, some form of like frequency or magnetics that you could just like lock an organism in place on a cellular level, like hitting the pause button and then just like. But even then, I mean, would you get some form of like cell degradation? I don't know. Talking out my ass. Han Solo did fine. I know, yeah. Like it's all science fiction and shit. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know the fucking ins and outs of like biomechanics and like chemical engineering and all this fucking shit. But like just on the face of it, you're like when you're watching Demolition Man, you know, and they fill the pool up and then they like they drop that blue ball in and it like instantly freezes them. And it's like even if you did flash freeze something, you're still freezing it. You know what I mean? So there's still going to be like some kind of damage somewhere to some of the cells. Like, wouldn't there be? I don't know. I mean, like maybe if you fucking like I said, I'm ignorant. Like, but that's what I like. I like being ignorant because like if you weren't ignorant, then there'd be nothing to learn or become enlightened to. So like there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. Now, willfully ignorant, being intentionally ignorant of something, now that's fucked up. Um, he didn't find Nessie. That'd be fucking hilarious. It's like, I've done them. I've found all the monsters. That's a lie. No, you haven't. You haven't found the Loch Ness monster. You lying son of a bitch. Get back in that boat. um, don't be sucking all the ling darts, kid. Don't be sucking on all the ling darts, kid. Loch Ness monster. Lung. Okay. Lung. I was like, Ling, what the fuck? That's hilarious. Agreed. That shite cuts your life short. What, smoking? Man, I don't know. I mean, like, there's people who are like old as fuck and they smoke like a pack a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not even like that. Like, do you know, like, don't get me wrong. I've felt and seen its effects on my body and my face and my complexion, like wrinkles, like all sorts of stuff. Like, I definitely like don't look as youthful and healthy as I more than likely would if I'd never smoked. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, but like, I don't know if it like cuts your life short because there's like people who are just like think about it. Like, there's people out there that drink like a can of Coke a day, and like I've like one of my fucking what was it? Me ma's great aunt or something drank a pint of Guinness before bed every night. And that's alcohol. Like, I genuinely think that because the human body is an alchemical like machine or biologically powered alchemical process or whatever you want to call it, I think there's a way like there's some people that like toxify their body in a certain way, but then they probably do something that like balances it out or something. But then you also got to think of the placebo shit, where like if you just have the mentality of like I'm fine, and you genuinely feel like that, like I don't know, like I think like the placebo stuff fascinates me because that shows that the mind has such overwhelming power over the body that like if you just genuinely believe something 100% without a doubt in your mind, and then it just is, you know, it's weird. Like, that's where I get into the realm of like, okay, if you like, this would be an interesting experiment. It'd be fucking unethical as fuck, but this would be an interesting experiment. What if you got like from birth convinced a child that it could fly? Like the kid genuine, because like people on acid trips. It's like, oh, he thought he could fly. Did he though? Was he not just hallucinating? Like, I'm talking about like genuine belief, because like there's like moments. I know you can put this down to adrenaline and shit like that. Like, but like, you ever see that video of like the teenage boy who fucking like pulls the truck off his uncle or some shit? Like, the human body can do crazy stuff out of nowhere for seemingly no reason, like, do you know what I mean? And it can also like survive an incredible like there's a fucking I heard of that young fella in India who like has to drink a certain amount of gasoline because like that's how he survived for years or something like and it could be a total load of bollocks, it could just be clickbait. But like there's loads of that stuff. There's loads of stuff where there's like people that are like unique on a fucking mental level, like, do you know what I mean? Where you're just like, what the fuck? How? Like that old lady who had horns growing out of her forehead. Oh, that's just a skin condition. It's very rare. I don't know, like some weird shit going on. Um, to the roof. The Spartan style, just looking at it. Nah, fuck it. Hey, Denmark, you alright? Iron Man Baru. Um, Allegedly, the Russians have a nuclear torpedo to create a tsunami. Yeah, I'd well believe that. You would, dude. You don't even like because of the way water works. Like, you don't even need that much power to create like a significant water issue in the local area. Like, did you ever see that thing that they use to blow through walls? When they're like trying to gain entry to a place, like they have this like fucking big black plastic thing filled with water, and they put primer cord on it. They put that detonate. It's called primer cord in it. It's like a fucking a plasticine type cable thing that's like lined with explosives, so you can blow something up in a particular shape. And they line this big plastic container with primer cord, and they fill it with water, and they just put it on a wall and walk away and blow it, and it like carves a fucking perfect door or hole that they can all bail into in the fucking like. And you're talking like of a wall that's like a foot and a half thick sometimes, like pure concrete and all. They just put this black yolk on it because like the primer cord blows up the water, and the water is like under so much pressure and like contained in such a way, like geometrically, that the the water cuts through the concrete. Like fucking insane. Like the shit you can do with physics and water and pressure and stuff. Like mad. Like um, when you get your well, no judgment. My bro puffed for years, still battling. Oh, don't worry. Like I don't feel judged. It's fine. Or my second name is Roach. I think I was meant to smoke at least for a few years. I mean, you get life insurance. Those are the two largest risk factors: booze and smoking. And everyone smokes and drink. Well, not everyone, obviously, but like think about that. When you get life insurance, those are the two largest risk factors: booze and smoking. And literally half, like more, probably I'd say more than half of the entire population of the realm drink or smoke or drink and smoke. Like that's crazy, you know. It's just wild living like that alone. Living in a timeline where everybody knows what's bad for you and they do it anyway. Like how fucked up is that? Like, do you know what I mean? Where's your logic there? Where's your rational thinking there? Like, oh, this is poison. How much does it cost? Like, does it come in black? I like it's mad. Like, this is fucking crazy. When I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, the thought of it and the medication took me down. Then I cut my meds and thought better thoughts and started to get better. Yeah, man. Like I'm genuinely fairly convinced that the reason they try so hard to do all this shit is because they know the fundamental truth that like if you are in a good mood and you're joyful and you're like doing good stuff like creating or like helping others or harvesting food or cooking food, like if you're doing good, feeling beautiful and speaking the truth, um I think you just have this aura that like just fucking you're on that, like it's frequency. You're tuned to a certain frequency where like nothing can touch you. And I think that's like you know Owen's like it's all about consent. Yeah, it is about like it's all about consent. Where like to the point where it's like you can consent to having the flu. You know, and I know that sounds crazy. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're just crazy. It's like no, I'm not. I think almost like no, almost. There's still a little bit of doubt there, but like not really. Almost know that like it's all up here. You know, it's like all fucking just dictated by your thoughts and which ones you choose to act upon or not act upon. Depending on what it is. Like fascinating shit. Um, Death cord, yeah. Fucking is it not? Is it not called primer cord as well? I could have sworn primer cord was another word for it. But yeah, death cord is like I heard that before, yeah. But you know what I'm on about anyway. Shit's fucking awesome. The way you can just like spool it out like a cable, like it is just a cable, like, and you just boom, blow it up, like it's awesome shit. Like some of the weapons that like I've seen designed over the last like 20 odd years, I'm just like Jesus, it's like wild. Instead of rail guns they have now, they've been testing rail guns for a while. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure like somewhere there's like rail gun tech that's like fucking far superior. That's just the stuff they're showing us. Like, but like I think there's the tech that exists outside the known sphere, and then there's the tech that they allow us to be aware of and shit. Like at the same time, I think it also like a lot of it is just marketing. You know. In the news today, another ginger being accused of infanticide while attempting to tra- uh, track his child to fly. What? In the news today, another ginger being accused of infanticide while attempting to track his child to fly. Teach. Teach his child to fly. I was like, what the fuck's going on? That's hilarious. 80%, I'd say. Yeah, it has to be most people either drink or smoke or drink and smoke. It has to be most people. Like, it's like rare when you come across someone who's like, no, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that shit. Like, but it's damn good poison. I know, that's the problem. But is it, can you really class it as poison? I don't think nicotine, tobacco, and alcohol are actually poisonous. I think if you do them too much, just like anything, they have a detrimental effect. But like if I like I could eat a bit of paint right now. You know, I could put a bit of paint on my finger, lick it and like digest it and like it might fuck me up a little bit, make me feel a bit ill, I might get sick, but it's not gonna kill me. Do you know what I mean? It's all about thresholds. And like everybody has their own threshold because of like genetic differences and breeding and like, you know, height and weight and body mass and all this stuff. But that's all it is. It's just your threshold. It is a lost human ability that we can control our body at a cellular level. Yeah, like a genuine, like I'm not even taking the piss when I think we can like throw fireballs and lightning and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds mad, but like, I think we've just forgotten how to interact with the like energies around us, and we have been convinced and trained ourselves like at this point to think that like energy is within the technology we use and stuff like that. Whereas like I'm convinced that at one stage we could just go like whoom and like you could have fire coming out your hand and stuff, like, you know. You'd never be cold unless you wanted to be. Like I think you could like here's a weird one, like I know it's just like vibrations and stuff, but like imagine being able to like you'd be like Sub Zero. You can make your hands so cold they're almost like dry ice or something. But then to bring them back from that to like normal temperature, or even like set them on fire, like fucking like flame on. Like I've said this before, right? I think that telekinesis is totally a thing. I think people can move shit without actually touching it, and if that's possible, then I don't see a reason why if you can move objects. Then if you got really good at telekinesis, like if you train that part of your mind or that part of your being that can do that, like, you know, and you like honed that feeling, that ability, could you not then move particles, waves, matter? And if you can do that, then you can create fire, you can create ice, you can create water, you can create an explosion, you could create like anything. You could do anything if you could just like move like molecules, you know, move matter on like a minute level. Like it just doesn't seem outside the realm of possibility to me. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but I don't give a fuck. Um, Tech his child to fly. Teach. It took you through your comments, but you finally got there, Stavro. Put on these makeshift wings and get up to the roof, Timmy. You can do anything you set your mind to. Now get up there. I can pass wind. That's hilarious. Now flap your arms, Timmy. Flap. Make your father proud, Timmy. I've always wanted to make a kamehameha wave. I tried to do. I tried to no avail as a kid, but maybe. Man, have you ever watched those? There's compilations online of like kids trying to go Super Saiyan. This is so fucking funny. It's like a lot of black kids in the ghetto being like, like I'm not even playing. Like some of them like nearly pass out and shit. Like some of them are genuinely trying to go Super Saiyan. I love it. I love the commitment. You're like, right, I'm gonna stick tunes on. I'm gonna go make more, and I'm gonna come back and paint for a bit. Okay, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Ugh. Right. Uh, what's UHF? Yeah, Timmy failed. Strong effort though, kid. Timmy, we hardly knew you. What's UHF? Ultimate homoerotic fight. Oh my god. That's Joe Rogan's territory. A very Canadian thing, I bet. Yeah, it's awesome the way he's doing that at fucking was it? It's like half 6 p.m. here for us. So I get to be in the chat and catch it live again. I love that. What is UHF? Watch Japanese homework assignment. Watch UHF and get back to me. What the fuck is that? That's hilarious. Right. I'm gonna go to fucking half. I'm gonna go to half. Because then I have to do the grocery shopping. I know I didn't do it yesterday. I'm thinking about doing it today, where I might later I might go live on the phone and try and get some work done on the turtles. Try and get them finished. To do the Spartan turtle, the blind fire one with the bat head and the cannon, and then the brute force one with the fucking juggernaut armor and the sledgehammer. Then I need to take all of them, put them on a t-shirt, finally get that fucking t-shirt done. See you later, 2 Acre. Painting Google, painting Google. Alright. Roughly 35 minutes. Quickly put white here, and then I think I should do another layer of brown if I can real quickly, and then another layer the middle green, like a really kind of pale green, bright green, and then viridian green. I like the tonal differences between the greens. Could even go like luminous green with this one, maybe, but we'll see. Stop talking, more painting. Oh, glorious Java. Um, Watching some turtle work would be cool. Yeah, I'll try and get around to it later. Um, if I don't, well, like, I should be able to do it tonight. I have a few things to do and all, like, and if I don't do it live, I'll record it. I can throw it up on Telegram or something for you, maybe. Um, 80s comedy flick, epically hilarious. Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah, but what's it stand for? UHF. Ultimate Homo Faggotry. I don't know, fucking United Heterosexual Fun Zone. Ultimate Hairy Fanny. Um, oh, God. You happy now, Stabaroo? Some browner. Painting goo goo. Because real men are afraid of aren't afraid of a little bush. That's so true. Ultra high frequency derp. Painting goo 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 goo. Do, 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 do. Slowly but surely, this epic bug thing shall be complete. God willing, someone will think it's fucking cool enough and buy it. Like it's an indescribable feeling when somebody buys one of your things. Like your man bought that thing off me last year in France for 450 quid. I was like, really was a major milestone for me in terms of like, you know, I've only been doing this like what, 3 years, and like the amount of different shit I've done in terms of like designing logos for people and all this different shit. But I just paint something really cool looking, in my opinion. Like, something I think is really cool looking, and somebody's like, "Yeah, I'll buy that." It's an amazing feeling. Sometimes I'll get a really clean line, like somewhere like on like the lower jaw bits here where it's like really sharp, like blade looking bits. I get a really clean line, and then like right at the end I'll like fuck it up a little bit, and I'm like the inside of my brain is just like, yeah, like I needed Laura to just relax and just like, it's okay, I could fix it later. Like, What do we got? 20 minutes left. What can I do in 20 minutes efficiently? Yeah, I think another layer on the medium green. Yeah, another layer on the medium green. I say medium green because in the context of this painting, it's the mid green, but it's bright green. It's bright green. Painting. Goo goo. Oh, glorious! I know it'd be horrifying, but it'd also be hilarious on another level if it's just like, instead of burping one day, I just projectile vomited all over the place. It's like, oh, glorious! Like, you see, kids, back in my day, television signals were sent over the air via UHF and VHF frequencies. So what, you're telling me to go back in time and watch frequencies? Do you not think that's asking a bit much? Cool story, Stabberoo Grandpa. But yeah, let's see what the fuss is about. If I type in UHF later and like some fucked up shit comes up, I'm gonna fucking bomb Canada, you dickhead. It's so cold. Oh, I'm so old. I you were like, I'm so cold. I was like, I thought it was 33 degrees. You're so old. Yeah, nigga, yeah. You elder fuck you. Oh god. Just be glad you're not like Joe Gagan. Every morning that chap has to like convince a fucking local child to go pull a sword out of a stone. That's how fucking old that nigga is. That's I guess shit like that is why this community is the best community. It's like one of the most prominent members in the community, and everyone's just always taking a piss out of how old he is. Joe once had to convince a hobbit to leave his home to sneak into a dragon's lair. Yeah, like, that's exactly where my mind went. I was like, just describe a wizard. Like, this playlist really suits what I'm painting. I feel like I'm either in Terminator 1 or a Stranger Things episode. I know, I fucking love the tunes, man. I love this 80s synth shit. It's awesome. It's such a vibe. Joe's so old, Methuselah asks him for advice. It's like, Methuselah's like, Joe! He's threatening to flood the place again! I feel like an Iranian extremist about to get the drop on Doc Brown for his plutonium. Marty! Great Scott, Marty! You Iranians have found us! If we don't reach 88 miles per hour, we're gonna get fucking RPGs up our asses! Who is Scott and what makes him so great? I need to know this. Fucking timed that almost perfectly. Okie dokie. I must leave you for the moment. I have gooed all I can goo right now. I must bid you adieu from the goo. I'll let you know. Fucking, I know I didn't let you know yesterday, but I will. I'll put it in the Telegram. If I'm gonna go live later, which I probably should. But I've other shit to do, so let's see what happens. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And pay for Paintingu. Links in description. Much love, my brothers. I shall see you soon. Do.